Especially with schools moving to remote learning, many families are thinking about if they will have to leave their child home alone. If you are one of these families, you know that making this decision can be stressful. You may be wondering, how can I tell my child is ready? Or how would my child handle an emergency when I'm not there? In this video, we will discuss these questions and talk about some tips to help keep your child safe when home alone. The first thing to think about around your decision to leave your child home alone is that Albuquerque has an ordinance that says that children ages 10 and younger cannot be left home alone. If your child is age 10 or younger, you may want to look into local child care businesses or reach out to family, friends, or neighbors for support. Even if they are at least 11 years old, you will still want to make sure your child is emotionally and physically ready to be left home alone. Some important questions that you should consider are: how would my child handle being the only one at home? Will they be afraid? How would my child handle a life or death emergency on their own? Do they know how to call 911, including their full name, address, and phone number? Or, does my child know when they should get out of the house in an emergency? What other ways does my child show that they are ready? Like, does my child finish their homework and chores on time? Does my child show signs of good judgment? Does my child follow directions well? Does my child handle unknown situations? One way to test some of these situations is to try leaving your child home for a short amount of time while you run errands nearby. Then, talk about what they did, how they felt, and how they would have handled different situations. When you think it is safe to leave your child home alone, a good next step is to come up with a plan that includes when and how they should check in with you. Check-ins can be via text, phone calls, apps, or even with a trusted neighbor. Some parents may find that scheduled check-ins work best, while others may prefer to check in with their child at random. Once the system is in place, it's important that you all stick to it. What to do in case of an emergency? You will want to talk with your child about what an emergency means for you. Things like fire or injury are easy examples, but what about a stranger at the door? A list of emergency contact numbers should be left so that your child can easily find them. Make sure your child feels comfortable dialing these numbers and has a place to go if the home becomes unsafe. A schedule of how they should be spending their time. This may include time for learning or homework, meals, physical activity, chores, and even socializing or free time. Having a routine in place for your child will help keep them engaged, productive, and out of trouble. If you leave a to-do list for your child, consider a progress sheet that they can turn in at the end of the day to keep them on track while they are alone. As well, having a list of safe, free time activities while you are away is always a good idea. One last thing to think about is a set of ground rules. Ground rules help let your child know what is and is not okay when no one is home. Here are some of the situations you should plan around. Make sure your child knows not to answer the door or tell anyone that they are alone. Although you should make sure that any dangerous household items such as chemicals, weapons, or firearms are locked up, you should also have a rule around what to do if they see these items. If your child plans to cook, they should know their limits in the kitchen. If they are allowed to play out of the house with friends, where they can be, and for how long. While leaving a child at home can seem scary, it can also give your family a sense of freedom. We hope that this video gave you some ideas to help you plan and feel prepared whenever you think the time is right for your family. If you have any concerns about your child's safety while home alone, please call the Albuquerque Crime Prevention Hotline at 505-768-2006. Or visit one of the following websites for more info. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you have ideas for future videos, please send us an email at family.engagement@aps.edu, message us on Facebook, or comment on this video. We wish you and your family all the best for this coming school year.